This is how it's gonna be. This is what you think of me. It's going down like I told you. This is how it's gonna be. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm not going anywhere. It's going down like I told you. I'll be the last man standing here. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'm gonna rock you. I'll have you begging for mercy, begging for mercy. Oh, I'm dangerous. So dangerous. I'm dangerous. So dangerous.
Well, good morning once again, BodySlams podcast viewers, and thank you for tuning in. Hopefully some of you see my little short Facebook video. Joe, you're killing me, brother. I don't know if I can continue. I'm going to have to just drop out and have you do the show by yourself.
This is that old remember that D. Malenko shirt, the Eyes of Ice shirt from WCW?
Yes. Shit. Like, yo, it's like the Psycho Killer, like almost like the Stone Cold Eyes.
This thing comes with a remote too. This camera, it's wild.
I'm so jealous right now.
It looks really good,
dude, brother. That would work out great for me right here, because depends like if T's here or not. I don't have to play around with the tripod stand and try to get.
Oh right.
Angle.
Oh yeah.
I can just like, yeah, all right. I can zoom it, turn it however I want. Then. Hello.
Now it's back. Whatever you did. But yeah, that makes sense because you'd have the remote. Oh, that's. Can you go back and forth with this too?
I have no idea. But
yeah.
while Joe is playing with his camera, ladies and gentlemen, what the hell? Let's get some cheap plugs out. And if you tuned in on Thursday, you know I mentioned at the top of the show, in the beginning of the screen before we went live, you got to see where it said Devereaux Sports on one side, all of our 3 shows down the middle, and on the far left, I want to say, yeah, my left, you had IWEP Network logo. Come next week, next Sunday, we will be making the switch over, so it will be at the same time, it'll be our last Devereaux broadcast, but at the same time, it will be our first IWEP broadcast too at the same time. So the transition is very beautiful. We have much support, much love from everybody involved from both platforms. So nothing but huge support we're getting. And I mentioned before that Devereaux Sports showed much love to us. So the only thing we can do is just always show love back and still promote them as well as tongue-tied IWEP. Yeah, I'm about to say ECW network.
Wow.
Yeah. But some of the other podcast affiliates we out there, we're just gonna knock them out the park real quick here. The guys at the 2300 Wrestling Podcast, Dave Keener and DB Richards. The Indie Wrestling Corner with Tiffany Ann, Bob Culture Podcast with Rob Williams. And we do have some cheap plugs for you. And Joe, I'm sure you got the PDF. So that I was pretty much start typing up details so I can try to keep everything in front of me, which I've been saying for the weeks now. I was guilty of just writing chicken scratch on scrap paper and having it on standby. Like, okay, I'm trying to read my handwriting because I was writing so fast. If you're an average average reader and you love pro wrestling, why not check out a couple books on Amazon.com. One is by Jimmy Corderas, and it's the 3 count, My Life in Stripes as a WWE referee, as well as our friend Steve, the teacher. And how do you pronounce his last name?
Hershkowitz.
Hershkowitz. Thank you. That's why I got you here, because I can't pronounce shit.
Mm.
And his book is titled Class in Session, From Teacher to Wrestler. Also, I want to give a shout out, some plugs to a couple of local places in my area that I get some of my products from, as far as trading cards or wrestling action figures that I might come across that I like to collect. One of them just happened to be Red Rose Sports Cards, located in Lancaster, PA, and you can check them out online at redrosesportscards.com, as well as Symbiote Collectibles. They have a whole host of as far as action figures, not just wrestling, but DC, Ninja Turtles, He-Man. If you're into that kind of stuff, great bunch of guys over there, and you can find them at symbiotecollectibles.com in West Reading, PA. And Joe, I'm gonna skip over some of the events, right, or events that I have listed. I'm gonna hit them up at the end of the show instead, so that way so it's fresh in people's heads when they're tuning off. One thing I need to touch upon: we need everyone's blessings and prayers for the new snow cone looking kid out there. Our man Buddy, he's wearing some new attire.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
He just needed it so they can give him his shots, because he tried to nip at one of the vet techs at the thing. We took him to the 24-hour emergency pet hospital thing this morning, and he's asleep right now. He's not feeling that good. He's got, what he's got, dude. I don't remember what they called it for dogs, but it's bronchitis, basically.
Oh, okay.
Like upper respiratory infection, something like that.
You know,
basically
what?
The same thing as bronchitis in humans.
What you just mentioned right now are we got to worry about our guinea pigs, because they quite frequently get those things.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that was a thing in animals. What the hell do I know? I don't know.
Yes, indeed. My my daughter was quick to research and pick up on it, and even the vet said the same thing too. So that's why sometimes if we go to the pet store and we look at them, like she'll study them really carefully, and like, oh yeah, you probably got a respiratory problem.
Yeah, so he's got to take antibiotics for 10 days, and he's got these they're not sleeping pills. There's something that makes him drowsy, so he sleeps, because he's not sleeping. He didn't sleep much last night. He was up, choking and gagging half the night. And then no dog park and no daycare for at least 10 days. So he's stuck in the house for the next 2 weeks.
I'm gonna have to.
Lucky him.
As soon as we do the switch over, that very week I'm off work all week long, so I can sit home and play around with videos and stuff like that. And I'm gonna have to get each of our pets a spot on the opening credits or something, or even as the outro credits.
Just throw a picture in there.
Like at the end, have them at the end. Our mascots, our animals.
Yeah,
that would work out. Well, let's get into some wrestling news. I don't have much here. I just I cherry picked here and there, because it's Sunday, it's long. I didn't get to bed till 2 a.m. last night. I had to go all the way up to I didn't had to, but I volunteered. I went up to New York City and Queens. There was an event up there last night. Got to run into a bunch of familiar faces that I work with on, I want to say, a regular basis, but I don't get to see as often, but more or less it was great. And no, I'm not Conan. That's the first thing Savio Vega thought from across the room when he saw me with my hat and I had the scruff going on. He's like, "Oh, what the hell's Conan doing here?" And then he showed it, and then he got closer, because I was standing right next to Ricardo Rodriguez, and the whole night we just at the table, me and Savio just sat there and just chatted away. It was an all right show. We had to leave out of there at least by intermission. After intermission because traffic was
company was
horrible. New Evolution Wrestling. It was my
It
first
was
time
in
there.
Queens, you said?
Yes, I never been to a.
I wish I knew. I would have went.
I never
didn't know
been
about it.
to a New York wrestling show. For
Really?
me to no, I never been.
Man, as many years as you've been in the business?
I know, I for real, and just I said for them to book me for sound, but I was there hanging out though. I wasn't doing that. But if they would have booked me for sound,
Oh,
that price would have had to go up.
Yeah,
because
I saw that post.
For one way, the tolls were like $40, so that's like $80 in tolls round trip. Almost.
Maybe I wouldn't have went.
I was like, yo, I'm like, now I refocused myself. I said, you know what? If I want to go to New York just to hang out, I'm gonna drive down to Philly, catch the Amtrak, go up to New York, and just maybe get a hotel up there and stay for the weekend. You know, that way. Because I never the only time I ever went downtown around New York and stuff, it was, I was for funeral reasons and stuff. I never got to enjoy myself as a tourist. So I got we were driving past Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Smart ass comment in the passenger seat was like, "Hey, I wrestled there." I'm like, smart ass, and I was in the nosebleeds once.
Oh, you're talking about Double R?
Yeah. So, but yeah, we had a great time. We on our way to the show, we actually ran into some Rough Riders. I'm gonna say he posted it up on his Facebook page. We were at the red light, and like what you seen in the video on his page was not all of them. That was not all of them. There was like
what? Who's on whose page?
Jesus? His yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't even see it.
It was like the Rough Rider. It was like squad after squad, dirt bikes, ATVs, cutting us off in the intersection, and like they blocked traffic. There was other cars moving. I said, I ain't moving shit. They got this. I'm like, there's way more than them than there is us. Like, oh hell no. And like I sat through a green light until it turned red again. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, at least they could have done was notice us. Well, at least notice him and give us an escort to the building. That would have been great.
I didn't know Papa Don was there.
Yeah. There was a whole host of G's was there. Lance Anawayi was there, as well as the Sambo show. Matt, I can't pronounce his last name. The Drama King. He was
I can't say it either. I don't know how to say it either.
I'm bad at it.
I've seen it written out, but I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
Yeah.
What are these guys doing? Oh, he just said, I don't know what's happening. Sorry, I'm watching this video. The one dude standing on the bike in the front with his fist in the air, like, yelling to the other guy. And he's like, I don't know what's happening.
Dude, after that video, after those people passed, they were still coming in swarms. Swarms. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wild. When are we getting him on the show?
Soon.
Yeah, I forgot. He's got to wait a little bit. That's crazy, dude. There must have been 30 in that first part of the video alone.
Yeah, dude. It was a hell lot more though, dude. It was ridiculous. But let's get into some wrestling news. While we're at the big topic that's going around that's on everyone's lips, on the tongues or whatever.
Yeah.
Is the whole Sasha Banks and Naomi walkout.
I've heard it's a work. I've heard it's a not a work. So who the hell knows?
Yeah, well, we heard a lot of things because I was just reading up some other stuff before I printed this out. I seen some other stuff that the WWE social media pages that are run by their pages that are run by the WWE has been, like, I guess, blocked or whatever, or on freeze. Apparently Sasha went and like I guess on Twitter stopped following everybody with the company except for Naomi, Tamina, and John Cena. Other than that, she's not following nobody from the company, has been reported.
It's
and
weird to me that people follow that stuff that closely. That like they report who follows who on Twitter. That's so weird to me. Like, why are there people it's kind of creepy that they're examining it that closely that they know who she followed and they know that she's no longer following them. That's weird to me.
yeah, I know there's a lot of support from the wrestling community of people, not just within the company, but also a lot from outside the company as well.
I
Um,
I've heard that it's a work because they keep talking about it because WWE mentioned it on TV more than once. They mentioned it on Raw when it happened. So what I heard was that, well,
I think
if it wasn't a work, why wouldn't they would if it was legit. When somebody quits, they just don't mention it anymore. You know what I mean? They didn't
I
talk
think
about Cody Rhodes for 6 years, you
I
know,
think right
but
now, WWE is trying to um it's hard to say. I want to say they want to change the narrative as far as who controls the stories. So if they can get stuff out there before the rumor mill does on all these wrestling news sites, and they can control it themselves,
yeah,
uh and that's like anything in the news media. If you can be the first one out there, then the other ones can't take credit or whatnot of whatever's going on behind the scenes. So then they can't go and say, "Oh, well, our sources." Well, apparently, if WWE's putting it out before anyone, then
right,
there's your source. It's coming from the
yeah,
horse's mouth.
yeah,
So
mouse.
so yeah, man. Now my take on this, it was like, for me, it's too sudden of something. Like, I understand, I'm like, okay, they put you in this position of the match and stuff, as far as uh the story, I guess, from what I heard, is that each of them were going to work one of the champions each at the pay-per-views or whatever, and then I guess job to each of them or whatever.
Oh,
But the thing
I
is,
didn't even hear about it.
but 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 the thing is, though, okay, yous are the tag champs, so they're not jobbing you out or anything like that, really, though. I'm like,
Right. Yeah,
you have the
they have
tag.
the titles. They're not being, well, they did. They used to have the
Well,
titles,
yeah,
but they're not
obviously.
being buried.
No. So it's like, okay, just because they're not using it the way that you want to have your own control of. Now, if that happened around the business where everybody want control of what they do,
My
there
God,
wouldn't be nobody really
what
working
a
for
night.
anybody then.
Yeah, what a nightmare that would be, man.
Yeah. Um, and that's why it's a business, because they're paying you to work for them for a certain way. But like I said, but you just said they're not being buried. So
Right.
I would have just, okay, you're collecting the payday, you're on top, you're a champion, and even if you worked one of the champions from either brand, you're still being on top because they're trusting enough to putting you in that spot against the champion on the pay-per-view. They could have
Right.
made you put you on a pre-show and drop the straps, in one of the pre-show matches instead of on the card.
Right.
But
And other
my
people are
yeah,
saying that WWE is burying them by Michael Cole's announcement the other day on SmackDown that they're suspended. But I didn't even see that, but
no, I
um,
didn't. I just heard it too.
people are saying like, man, like this is what they love to do. If somebody pisses off Vince McMahon, then they go on TV and bury them like they did with Steve Austin and
Well,
whoever else it was. And I'm like,
Well,
well,
to
first
say
of all,
someone who's
Steve.
suspended, it's not burying them. They're just like I said, they're
No,
just putting it
but
out
people
there.
people are saying that they're trying to make them look stupid by saying that. But like the Steve Austin thing, it was his own fault, and he'll tell you it was his own fault, and it was a stupid move and a mistake to walk out. He'll say that himself. He said it a million times on his own podcast. But the thing with what's her name, Sasha and Naomi, is that the, like you're paid to do a job. No pun intended. You're paid to do a job. I mean, everyone knows it's a show, but like you're paid to do this even if this is so I'm gonna talk about this as if it's legit, as if it's not a work, because I don't know. I don't have well, I have contacts there, but I don't ask or anything like that. I don't ask about business with the people I know that work there. But um, you're dude, I jobbed out. I lost to a 12-year-old kid because I was asked to and I was paid to do that. All right. Now again, I'm a nobody. But I mean, come on. I've lost to a 12-year-old kid. I've been beaten up by a girl. I've lost to a girl more than once. I lost to a stuffed animal pig, okay, in Binghamton, New
Uh,
York.
you got me beat there on that one. Then you got.
Yeah, Papa. Well, yeah, I was in a tag. I was in an 8-man tag match. Papa Chill beat me up and then covered me with his big. He was a farmer guy, hillbilly farmer guy, and covered me with a big stuffed animal pig, and I lost. So I mean, you know, pe- people in. So I guess what I'm saying is, even though I'm a nobody, um, people at my level that are okay with doing anything, you're going to tell me that someone up way high up here in WWE is like, we can't lose this match. We can't lose these titles or whatever it is. We're going to just leave the titles here and walk out. Well,
But
first of
here,
all, you're going to lose them anyway if you do that because you're going to be stripped of them if it's legit. I mean, like, just give me a break.
but here's
They're
the
not
thing that they
hurting.
are. But here's the thing that they are forgetting about. It's not like they're. It's not like there are big things here, and then they go to the indies and they say, "Oh, we want you the job to these indie guys." No, you're in the E with other talent that's on the same caliber rating as
Right.
you are because they're there working for the same company that you
Yeah.
are equally. They are your peers, they are your equals within the company as far as whether they have uh better talent skills than you or not, that's irrelevant. But the fact of the matter is,
They're
uh
on the same level,
your status in the company is right there together.
which is what a lot of people are not. A lot of fans, which again, it's
They just look at, oh, who's my favorite, this person's
some of
better.
these some of these fans make it so easy to be a heel because Jesus, they are stupid. As smart as they think they don't know a goddamn thing. So many people are so many fans, quote unquote smart fans, are like, hey, um, what was the word? What was the thing that I saw? Oh yeah, like good. They did that because WWE disrespected them, so they disrespected them right back with their shitty booking and blah blah blah. So they disrespected them right back and walked out. What about everyone else on the card? What about the people? What about their opponents in like those matches, in the upcoming matches, upcoming storylines that we don't fans don't even know about yet? What about all those people that they also disrespected by walking out, just taking their ball and going home, like WWE likes to say about the Steve Austin thing? What about all those people? Nobody cares about any of them. They just care that these two walked out because they didn't like what was going to
well
happen that night.
here's the
Yeah.
thing.
How
Well,
many times
if
I've
they're gonna
arrived
shit
at an
on
event?
them, here's the thing though. It's if they're gonna shit on them, they should have did the same thing to Steve Austin. They should have did the same thing to CM Punk.
They did.
It's
Well,
no, well,
they
but they
shit on
loved
Steve.
him. They still loved him though. That's the
Well,
thing though.
they did it with Steve Austin when Rock went out and did that promo about you want to take your ball and go home, blah blah blah. I don't remember what they did with Punk, if anything. I know they when he left. Actually, they didn't. I
No,
don't remember
no,
what they did. They just stopped talking about him, right?
yeah, pretty much.
But I mean, you know how many times I've arrived at an event to find out I'm doing something that I think is shitty or that I didn't like
But you still
or I
did it.
didn't agree with or I thought didn't make sense with the storyline. Okay, big deal. You're not bigger than the company. It doesn't matter if you're Joey Image working for Grand Slam Wrestling or if you're Sasha Banks working for WWE. You're not bigger than the company.
Whoa, whoa,
You're
whoa, whoa!
you're
Watch
you're
it, watch it
there.
now.
You're there
Yo,
to do no.
Joey Image and Grand Slam. That's
You're
that.
no, but
Hmm.
you're there to do a job. No pun intended. Again, you agreed to do what they want you to do in your contract when you signed it in the first place. And if you're gonna just up and leave because you're not happy with it, then good, go, bye bye. I wouldn't even. I would have went right on TV if this was again. This is a shoot. I would have went right on TV if I was Vince McMahon and said, "Fuck them, they're fired." That's all. And you know what? I'm not going to give them a 90-day no compete. I'm going to give them a 365-day no compete. So now you're going to sit home for a year and do nothing, and I'm only going to pay you for 90 days. That's not legal, but I would say it anyway.
Yeah. Man. Moving along to something that's a lot less minor than that probably no one's really talking about, but I brought it up because it seemed a little bit amusing to me, which we always bitched about how creative is, especially when they're bringing guys up and they're changing names and stuff. Well, LA Knight makes his roster
I
debut as Max Dupree.
I just found out about this when you sent this thing. I didn't hear about this yet. What is the first of all? Just go back to Eli Drake. That was such a cool name, and he did the dummy, yeah, and that thing is hilarious. And he sounds like The Rock when he talks. He's got the look. He's got a incredible amount of talent. He could talk. That
Like,
guy is going to be
and he
WWE
moves like
champion one day.
Austin.
But Max Dupree is just I don't know, dude. It's just I'm not a fan of the name. I'm not a fan of the name LA Knight either. I think they sound like like sneakers, like
Well,
LA, like a combination of LA Gear and BK Knight sneakers. Um, I know that most of the guys come up with their own names and they submit a list and WWE says, okay, we'll use this one. So I'm not saying, like, a lot of fans online are like, why would WWE give him this name? It's stupid. Because that's one of the ones he asked to use. That's what, again, smart fans that don't know anything. And I've said a million times, I'll say it every time. I don't mind being the heel on this show because a lot of you fans make it very easy to be one because of how stupid you are and you claim to be smart. But yet the most obvious stuff, you're like, no, 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 no. I know how it should work and blah blah blah. WWE,
it's
it's been
it's
popular, not popularized. What's the word?
it's
It's
how they
been,
want it to work.
yeah. What's the word? It's been not popularized. It's been I don't know. It's been known for a while that WWE asks whatever talent submit a list of names you want to use, and we'll pick from there. So my I think my question with this is not why the name Max Dupree, but why change his name at all?
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like USA, I mean USA, NXT. Excuse me a second. NXT and Raw are on the same network,
yeah.
right? They're both on USA. So people have already seen all these NXT guys. Why change their name when they bump up to Raw or SmackDown, especially on Raw? Because again, it's the same network. They're already watching these people. Like, why? Where? Who? I, I don't know, man. Like, where did Max Dupree come from? Why is he not just Eli Drake?
I don't know.
It's not his real
Uh,
name anyway, so just let him sign the name over to them, just
it
for the terms of his contract.
yeah, it's kind of you
I don't
know,
like Max. Max Dupree reminds me of like Rene Dupree.
he had a yeah, I know, I was thinking that too. For a while he was doing the trial with the new gimmick in a few dark matches before SmackDown weeks ago with Mace and Mansoor being his first clients. Why? Because he's doing this this as an agent to models. Well, on SmackDown debut, he officially told Adam Pearce that he is the CEO of Maximum Male Models. And Dupree, LA Knight, whatever you want to call him, mentioned that he was hired by Sonya Deville before she was removed from her previous role and has a contract, with Pierce telling him that he's going to reach out to the legal department to verify his claim. Now, the gripe I have about this is they already had our boy Rob down there in NXT already doing like that whole agent of like cute
Yeah,
people models and stuff like that.
yeah,
The
Rob
the
Echoes.
the Robert Stone brand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. If anyone should have came up and done it, it should have been him. And
Yeah, you know what? You bring up a really good, you indirectly brought up a really good point, and that is the length of time that Rob has been in NXT versus LA Knight or anybody that would really that's still there, because he wasn't there very long at all. What was he there, a year and a half, maybe 2 years? Rob's been there
yeah,
for what, 4 years now or something, 3 4 years,
yeah,
something like that.
he
I mean,
moved his
I
family
know
down
there's
there.
yeah,
He opened
it's,
up two gyms
Rob did.
now. Yeah, he has two
Oh, I
gyms
didn't know
down there
that.
now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the last time I heard one, and then all of a sudden I seen that they were opening up a second location, and
Oh, I had no idea.
I
That's
guess some of
cool.
the I guess some of the talent, or maybe all the talent, probably shows up and works out down
Yeah.
there at the gyms too. So
Well, yeah, Rob was a personal trainer for a while, so I know. So that makes sense. But I didn't realize he had a gym down there. That's cool.
oh yeah, uh, and
But yeah,
and
it's just like it's just show. I love Rob. I've known Rob since the year 2000 when I first started training. We trained together for a long time. But he's no Eli Drake. I mean, I'm guessing that's why he moved up sooner, obviously. But it's weird when you think about, like, wow, that guy's been there for a year and a half, 2 years, and he's already making it to Raw. And there's other
yeah,
people that have been there for so much longer that are still there. And I know there's people that didn't want to go to the main. Tommaso Ciampa, supposedly the rumor was that they asked him if, I know he's on Raw now, but supposedly they asked him like 2 years ago or they wanted to bring him to the main roster. He said no. He was like, no, I'm comfortable here. I want to stay here. But I don't know how true that is.
Yeah, and the thing with Rob, when you look at him and you look at Dupree, Rob fits the mode of an agent manager. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's not a small guy. He's put together himself. But
Yeah.
at the same time, compared to the other guys in there that are way bigger, he fits that manager role of being the smaller guy to stand
Yeah.
next to the bigger. When you got a bigger manager standing next to your
Yeah.
bigger workers, or even if the manager's bigger than the workers themselves, that kind of like okay,
Right.
something's wrong here. So traditionally, he fits the mold a lot more, especially as far as the Hill manager back then. We all remember the Hill manager. The baby
It's
faces are going to get their hands on him. They start cowering away. They start hiding behind the big guys.
yeah. I mean, it's like when you mentioned about how the guys are bigger than the other guys, or whatever. It's as silly as to me as like when was it TNA when Slick Johnson was refereeing in TNA,
Okay.
and he was this goddamn jacked like brick shithouse guy, and he's refereeing for guys like
He was
whatever
the one
guy
with the shorts all the time, right? Bald head shorts.
I don't remember his shorts, but bald head, yeah.
Yeah.
But he was jacked, that guy, and he's refereeing for guys smaller than him, and it just looked stupid. It looked silly. Like the ref can, like get Bill Smith out of there. I want to see this guy fight the referee. That guy's huge. It just
Yeah.
looks silly. It's you know what I mean. It's like having or it's like having Andre the Giant manage Brock Lesnar. Like, look, I want to see Andre's enormous. I want to see him wrestle. Never mind his guy.
Well, right now we got Big Show. Who knows? Who knows if he might even step into the managerial role?
I don't know. They said he was going to wrestle, and he's only done like 1 or 2 matches since he went to AEW. So, and I don't know. But anyway, enough about Taco Bell. I don't know.
Know what? Taco Bell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where the hell did that come from?
It's what's on my mind.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Actually, now you got me thinking. And in other wrestling news, Stephanie McMahon has temporarily stepping away. Has caught most of the WWE headquarters by surprise. According to multiple insiders, the announcement of leave of absence by Stephanie McMahon from WWE took, well, of course, like I said, by surprise, and only her close team, knowing ahead of time, was who knew this was about to happen. So whether it's a good thing or bad thing, but I believe she's gonna stick closely behind the scenes as what, chief brand officer.
Yeah.
To still be somewhat in minor stuff, details that's going on, and some of the responsibilities, trying to ensure the global brand and strength across all lines of
sounds
business.
to me like she might be involved in like conference calls or something like that, but she probably won't be there day to day anymore because they're in the office in Stamford. I mean, they're like,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's this giant multi-billion-dollar international company, and they have office jobs.
yeah.
It's weird. It's like I have an office job during the day. It's the same kind of deal, but
I guess she wants
I
to be
guess
home
she's
more
still going to
often,
do
though.
some stuff. Yeah, supposedly she said like I'm going to hang out with my family, and I guess that's because Triple H returned full time after his heart thing. So maybe they also need someone there to take care of the kid for a little while longer, and maybe it's a good time for her to just take a break. She's been there since she was like what 8 years old or 9 years old. She used to do
She's been there forever.
She used to be, well, I know, but I mean, I'm talking about actually working for the company. She used to do
She was
the
in the
modeling.
magazines, yeah,
She
with
used to
the
do the
t-shirts.
modeling for the merchandise catalog.
Yeah.
So she's been there since she was 8, 9, 10 years old or whatever. Maybe it's time to take a break.
Yeah,
I mean, shit, Shane did it. Shane
yeah.
took a break when he moved to China or whatever for however many years, to 7 years, whatever it was, to do his broadband, whatever the hell company he had over there. Maybe it's time for her to do that. I don't know if it'll be that long, as long as Shane's was, but
now with H stepping back into the picture here, do you think You think he's gonna be bumping heads with some of creative and or even with Nick Khan of what's going on in the business as far as like how some of the things are going where some things that don't make sense, and he's like scratching his head, why, and right now I'm wondering why you're still playing with your camera. I know you're enjoying it too much. Like I said, I definitely need one of them
I
though,
feel
for
like
sure.
I don't know. Nick Khan is like where did he come from? Like he's not a wrestling guy, right?
I don't you know what, that's
He
a
was
good
hired
question.
from like another wrestling company or something. Was he just like with a? I mean, I don't know what he did before this.
You know
And
what,
I
that
think he's been there for a little while, but his name has only been made public like within the last year or so. But
I'm
he's been
I'm
there for longer than that, I think, right?
I'm definitely gonna have to look him up, and we're gonna have to report that, or like what his background is, like probably I'm gonna say it has to do with probably broadcast and media, whatever, public relations type shit. I'm guessing. He has to have some kind of work. Okay,
Oh, okay. He's actually only been there. He started in August of 2020, so he's been there less than 2 years. I thought he was there
I
longer than that.
John here chiming in on Facebook saying Nick Khan worked more in film, I believe. So
I'm
that's
looking
something
that
like
up right now so we can actually find out. No, he didn't work in film. He was a
no.
talent agent.
Sorry, John. Well, I guess that would be considered the film industry, though. As far as
Television.
yeah, still film.
Well, I separate television and film from TV and
Oh,
movies,
from being okay.
but working in film to me sounds like he was an actor. He was a producer. He was a
Yes,
director.
yes.
He
No,
wasn't
no,
any
no.
of those. He was a talent agent, and supposedly he's the one that will replace Vince McMahon.
It's scary.
So are
It's
we
so
going to
scary.
see Tony Khan on one channel and Nick Khan on the other channel, and then they finally one day reveal that they're actually brothers and they both own the whole business?
Oh, that would be
And then
so. And
Killer
like
Khan shows up. He's like, "I own New Japan," and then he's the third guy and the third Khan.
the con men. It's the wrestling con.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
CON.
Yeah. Uh yeah, like I said, I didn't touch upon too much news for today. Like I said, we are gearing up for next week when we make the switch over. So I'm gonna try to work on whatever little graphics you're gonna notice. The Devereaux logo will change. It might pop up at the beginning of the show, but then gradually probably change during the show too as well. Um, and anybody out there who wants to sponsor us, hey, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, man, ads and plugs on every show.
Yeah,
We'll work out something.
We'll work out a PayPal whatever, and we'll get whether a video thing, a commercial of your product, whether it's a business or whatnot. If you got merchandise you're trying to sell online, you got an Amazon store, hey, yeah, go over here. Something new that you think people need, we'll try to get it out there, but like I said, we got to work it out. You have to talk to our representatives. His name is Buddy. He will be
Buddy the Italian Beagle.
Yeah. Our contact will get in contact with your contacts. You pay us PayPal and biscuits and treats for the animals, and we got you.
Did you see the have you seen, speaking of just a little bit of news here, have you seen the tweets from Edge?
No, I have not.
He's not saying anything, but he's speculating. He's basically just toying with people. So he's throwing out pictures of people that he said on Raw, like, or whatever it was, the pay-per-view, maybe like he wants this group of his to be like a big stable kind of thing. So right now it's only him, Rhea Ripley, and Louis. Damian Priest. I doesn't say his real name because I've known him for a couple of years, but so it's only those two and Edge right now. But there's been rumors of like, or he said that he wanted to make it a bigger group, blah blah blah. So every couple of days he's been tweeting out just a random picture of somebody, and everyone thinks, oh, this means that this person's going to be in his group. So he like tweeted a picture of Corey Graves the other day, and now everyone thinks it's going to be him. He also
Corey got cleared, so it would kind of make sense.
he also tweeted a picture of Tommaso Ciampa and Paige, who Paige has not been cleared.
No.
But he's just basically toying with people. I don't think any of this is gonna happen. Same thing like remember when Seth Rollins, when it wasn't confirmed yet that Cody Rhodes was going to be the mystery opponent, and
Yeah.
Seth Rollins was doing the same thing. He was like, "Could it be?" And he would hashtag WrestleMania and put a picture of somebody, and one of them was Marco Stunt, who was like 5'1" and weighs like 11 pounds.
Oh shit.
And I feel
Yeah, I missed that one.
oh god, I feel like I don't know. I don't remember who else it was, but I feel like if I remember correctly, some of them were like Lassie and like just stupid shit that wasn't even people, just to kind of stir up people talking about it. But Edge is doing the same thing, and I think it's hilarious. And I would love to see Corey Graves come back.
Uh,
I don't care whether he's part of this group or not, but I
yeah.
would love to see him work again. I was on 2 or 3 shows with him when he was SJK,
Yep.
Sterling James Keenan, and
I
I know
remember
you
him.
were as well. Yeah. I remember the day I met him. I don't know why. He was in a tag match. I had already did my match, and I came out and sat in the crowd. And I just remember him. He was on the side of the ring in front of me in the corner holding the tag rope. And I don't know why I remember that. He had his yellow gear on.
Yeah. He had the
With
long hair and a
yeah,
shitty looking fur coat that he picked up from a thrift store. So I'm
yeah,
like, dude, I'm like, you got a fur coat? He's like, yeah, I got it from the thrift store. You know,
yeah.
this that. I was like,
But I would love to see him work again. He was real good, man. But yeah. Anyway, so that was just something that I thought was funny.
no, I would love to see Corey because now with him being cleared, and it sucked. It sucked when he got put on the shelf when he was back in NXT and stuff. I'm not gonna say my heart was broken, but I'm like, yeah, shit happens. But I'm like, damn, man, this guy had so much, so much to offer and shine. Guys like him and Nigel McGuinness as well. I'm
Yeah,
like, for
I
the people
love
that
Nigel.
only
I just spoke to Nigel the other day. Oh, we talked about him not last week, the week before. Remember I was saying he was going to get me tickets to that Trenton show, and I kept
yes.
forgetting. Oh, maybe I didn't say who. Well, all right. Well, there you go. Now that's who it
Mhm.
was. But yeah, he was like, hey, text me on this day. I'm like, okay. And then 2 days later, I'm like, hey, I forgot 2 days ago. Oh man, try again next week on this day. I'm like, okay.
No,
Hey,
I
it's
actually
2 days later, I forgot.
actually you did mention him that I remember.
All right, and then yeah, so I forgot. So I never actually ended up going to that show. But when he had to stop working, I was super bummed out because I'm friends with the guy. But when he got hired by WWE, I was super happy because even though it wasn't as a wrestler, that's still where he wanted to be. So he still gets to work for that company. It's just not in the role he initially wanted, but he accepted what they offered him. So he clearly was, cool with it, happy with it, whatever.
That's like us. We got hurt. We're not
Yeah,
happy that we're on the
right.
shelves, but we found some other positions
Yes,
that we did, especially with Grand Slam. Grand Slam was the best because they, it was like once we were done in ring working, they didn't just kick us to the curb. They
right.
gave us other things to do, and
There
I love John Salinas and the crew, everybody for that.
only them and Excite, Johnny Moose. Those are
Okay.
the only two that were like, all right, keep coming and keep working. Everyone else was not dicks about it. They were all like, all right, call us when you're back. Call us when you're healed up and can start wrestling again. We're not going to forget about you. We will have a spot, which I super appreciated. But I appreciated more. Hey, keep coming. You already booked on these shows. Keep
Mm.
coming, and we'll find something else.
Yeah, it's great when you're done with companies pretty much, and they still leave that door open for
Yeah,
you. You're welcome to come back anytime, even
right. I
if it's
mean,
just a visit. you know.
unfortunately, I couldn't wrestle anymore, but I did come back for a few visits. But
Yeah, I had that itch last night, brother. I was watching. I
I
was
do every
watching.
time we're at Richfield Park doing
Yeah,
sound with you or whatever. I'm like, God damn, yo, you know what? Let me bring up something.
even
Speaking of
just battle
Richfield Park,
rules.
there was a show there last night and a show Friday night. I didn't hear anything about them until like 2 days ago.
I
So
knew about the
are
show
these people
Friday
not
night.
advertising?
No, no,
I thought there was one last night. Maybe it was only Friday. Invictus.
yeah,
Oh no,
Invictus was Friday,
wasn't there
and I
something yesterday that it was a company I never heard of? It
yeah,
might have
yeah,
been something
Yeah,
with
it
a
was some
V
new
in it or
company
something.
that I don't remember what the company was, but yeah, Invictus did reach out to me to do the Friday show, and
Oh, really? I didn't know
I
that.
was not able to do the Friday show. I could not done it. So that's why I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Uh
I didn't go either. I didn't even know about it until Friday during the day, and I'm like, what the hell? I could have. Maybe I did know about it and didn't forget. I mean, didn't remember because that's very very possible too.
and speaking of shows, we've got some upcoming shows. If you're tuning in and watching now and you're within a earshot of the Philadelphia, South Jersey area, today at 2 p.m. At the Super Crazy Entertainment Center, which is the Skid Row Academy, at 1030 North Delsey Drive in Westville, New Jersey, Pro Wrestling R will be live
What the
in
hell does that
action.
mean?
I'm not sure what
Wrestling
I think.
R?
R
Like
might stand
the letter
for,
R.
yes, letter R. It might
Pro Wrestling
stand
Respect,
for
Pro Wrestling Rings,
uh,
Pro Wrestling Ring, Pro Wrestling Ring.
Revolution or whatever, but R. That's what it is. Pro Wrestling R. Like I said, it has a 2 p.m. bell time. So right now it's about to be noon soon. So you got 2 hours to play with to get there. Seating is limited and it does get packed, so you don't want to miss out on that. Great bunch of guys. Um, I believe one of the guys who are I, I don't want to say he's the owner. He might be one of the figureheads. Ron Starr. A lot of people
Oh,
are familiar with
okay.
him.
Yeah.
So he's according with that, he's always in contact with me about this previously about coming in to do sound, and unfortunately, things could never work out for me to get there. I actually was going to go there today after this, but uh, Jocelyn JoJo Photos
Yeah.
is just happened to be receiving a scholarship at the school on a Sunday. That don't make no sense on a Sunday. So yeah, she's gonna be receiving a scholarship for her for college. So
Awesome.
helps
Yeah, my
that
niece
helps
just
my
graduated.
pocket.
My niece just graduated on Friday from college. They had 940 people in the graduating class.
Uh, oh, that's
That's
awesome.
insane.
But that's awesome though that that people that kids are actually getting some kind of education.
Oh
That's
yeah.
Also coming up next week. I don't think you're going to be there because you mentioned about not being there. Pro Wrestling Magic will be once again at the Knights of Columbus at 106 Bergen Avenue, Richfield Park, New Jersey,
Bergen.
yeah, Bergen.
Bergen. It sounded like you said
No,
virgin.
no,
Bergen, yeah.
Bergen.
Bergen, yeah. It's in
Bergen.
Bergen County. Yeah, I'm bummed
I
I'm not
pronounce
gonna
the
be
G
at
as a
this.
J, but
No, man.
yeah, it's 6 p.m. bell time, but that's when the pre-show starts. But get there anyway, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just so happens that's my birthday, and you're not going to be there to celebrate it with me there.
Uh,
yeah,
no, I have to go to. Unfortunately, I have to go to
uh,
a memorial for my friend's father at 4 p.m. So it's not even like I can go there and then hit the show afterwards. I'm just not going to be there. Yeah, I had
it's
no idea.
understandable. You want to be
What?
with the family and friends anyway.
Yeah.
And 1 week after that, June 4th, once again back in Westville
Really?
at the Skid Row Academy, Super
How
Crazy Pro
far?
Wrestling.
How far is Westville from Philadelphia?
5 minutes over the Walt Whitman Bridge. If you're in South Philly where the stadiums are, you cross the Walt
I'll
Whitman, and it's literally 5 minutes.
I'll be in Philadelphia that whole weekend.
Which
June
one?
3rd, June 4th and 5th.
Okay. Yeah, it's 12 noon start time. I get there about 10 o'clock myself personally.
Maybe if I have time. I don't know what time I'm going though. I don't know what time I'm going to be there, so I may not be there that early. But that might be cool to check out. Are you going right home afterwards?
It's an early show. I can do whatever I want.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's not a late drive. So if I want to go hang out in Philly or whatever, I'm more I can
Yeah.
do whatever.
Maybe we could do lunch or dinner or something like that afterwards. I got to see.
Yeah.
So my wife and I are going to an 8 p.m. show in Philadelphia at the Fillmore, which is like a
Okay.
big theater.
Yeah.
By
the time I get out of there, it's roughly around the show gets around 3:30, something like that.
Yeah, we would have plenty of time. It would be cool if we can meet down there. I'll figure it out.
That'd be great.
I didn't realize it was that close though. I've never been to Super Crazy. I wish I can get a chance to go to a show at some point.
Yeah, it's a lot more shows get in their building. They rent their building out to other promotions.
Yeah.
There's a couple there's like one or two others that I know of that I work with within who do shows there as well. And the big one I want to announce that's
Yeah.
not happening. Go ahead. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, is this a wrestling show or is it just like a meet and greet thing? Well,
No,
I'll hear
no, it's a show. What? Wait, which one? The big one?
one. You're
No,
yeah. You
no,
know.
it's a show. It's a show.
Oh, okay.
It's a show. The big one coming up August 20th of this year, this summer, at the Clipper Magazine Stadium in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Red Rose Sports Cards, as I announced in the beginning, a place where I get some of my cards for that I collect. They are teaming up with Classic Championship Wrestling and Valor Professional Wrestling, as they're going to host a night of pro wrestling action here at the stadium. And on the card, you're going to get to see Alberto El Patron, a.k.a. Del Rio, Ricardo Rodriguez, Rob Van Dam, Santino Morella, Dirty Dangle, a.k.a. Fandango, Shockwave, the Robot, the Patriot, Rob
Shockwave,
Knox,
the robot. I didn't even know he was wrestling.
yes, the Patriot, Rob Noxious, Adrian Bliss, Ed House, Red Scorpion, and many more. And just for all those, if anyone's watching who owns a business in the surrounding area, attention, please look forward to seeing one of the representatives stopping by your place of business, dropping off some sponsorship brochures. Don't miss out on this opportunity to get more eyes on your product. Yeah, like the stadium holds at least 10,000 plus people, and
Holy crap!
and they're going in crazy with this between Red Rose, CCW, and Valor.
Are you going to be on the show? Are you going to be just at the show?
As of
Like,
right,
are you doing anything?
I would like
You don't know
to.
yet. Me
I
too.
spoke to them. I think as far as audio goes, I believe the stadium people are running it. I'm not
I would
sure,
imagine so. Yeah, I may have to go to. I may have to find a way to go to this.
but I will. I definitely want to be up. I spoke with our friend RR,
Yeah.
and we talked about me helping out behind the scenes, doing whatnot, some other stuff too.
Yeah, I would
So
love to do something. If I mean, I'll do it for free. I don't care. I just want to go check this out. I may have to go to this show, even if they already have, they're packed or whatever it is, or they're booked up or whatever. I still want to
it's
go and
it's
check it
only
out,
like
hang out.
it's only like 30 minutes. Like for Lancaster, it's like 30 minutes from where I'm at. So
Let me see how far it is from Lancaster. I think is like 3 hours for me.
well, yeah, because I'm about 220, 2.5 maybe from you.
Stadium. Yeah.
Yeah, because from Richfield, I'm about 220 from there. So that'd be about another.
This isn't bad at all. 2.5 hours.
Okay, I guess depends on what route you take.
I thought it was something like 4 hours or some crap like that, but no, 2.5 hours for me.
Yeah. It should not be no more than 3. I'm gonna say with traffic and stuff.
So that's August 20th, Saturday, August 20th. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this. We'll talk more about it, obviously. But
definitely, we're gonna definitely keep plugging this one here.
Yeah. We should probably make a banner for the bottom of the live feed right there.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely. We got to get everything type and if I'm missing out on it, Joey, you're right there. You got controls. You're an admin. You can start making banners too as well too.
We got to give out times and ticket prices and where you can get the tickets and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We'll get all that info for y'all.
Yeah, as soon as they get that info out to us, because I guess in the weeks to come, they're gonna start putting out the prices for the tickets, where you can get them and whatnot. Right now, it's not there yet. They just want to get the word spread. Right. Of like, hey, it's coming. Look forward to it. Ticket sales soon and whatnot. But that's pretty much what we have for today. And if you're not only looking to purchase tickets for your pro wrestling pleasure to enjoy some live pro wrestling, action around the local area or whatnot. Don't forget to subscribe to IWTV. You can watch a whole host of professional wrestling that you've never even heard of from places like Tennessee and Texas. And there's even old past footage that's from stuff. There's stuff from Japan and and Mexico. Well, I'm going to say Puerto Rico too, but Mexico and California. There's a whole host of video stuff out there. And I think me and Joe, we had this conversation that we would like to do. We'll pick like maybe not a whole show, but maybe a couple matches from some of these not known in our area, but maybe they're known in their area. Like I said, like Tennessee, Texas, or whatever. Pick one or two matches from a company. We will review it. We'll let you, the fans, know. You know, get on IWTV. You can watch the show yourself too, and you can jump in the chat room and give your feedback right with us about these particular shows. We're not sure yet if we're gonna do it on have it as a segment on Breakfast and BodySlams, to add some content to this, or it might be a pop-up. We are still in discussion. We're in negotiations. Especially our third party is like is kind of voting against us. So I feel like I'm in Congress or the Senate right now. We're trying to get those votes. So
hey, I got a real quick question about the August 20th thing. Has this been like announced somewhere else? I can't find anything about it online.
Oh, it's plugged
on
Facebook
or something.
Yeah, it's on.
Can you tag me in that or link it or something like that?
It's
under what name? Under the stadium itself?
No, well, it's on Classic
Valor
Championship
Classic.
Wrestling.
Yeah,
It's on Valor. It's on RR pages as well, and and Red Rose Sports Cards I think has it too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, because I want to save that and share it and plug it as much as I can.
Yes, and if you fans want to support us, hop on over to our pod shop on BodySlamsPodcast.com. Pick up these nifty shirts. This is our latest design of the BodySlams podcast. Just go to the pod shop. It'll take you over to Spring, and whatever you purchase, it will be customly made for you. You pick the size, the color, whatnot. You can get a nice coffee mug like what I got here. I had my coffee already. We have a couple other designs. We're always working on new designs. I have actually, Joe, another shirt idea I've written down, and it's a generic idea, but I think you would like it though. I'll tell you after the show. I don't want to put it out there for anyone or someone else to steal the idea.
I just shared that on my page, by the way, on my Facebook.
Awesome.
Cool.
And for whatever you purchase, they'll ship right directly to your house. We get a small percentage of that to help us keep this show running. So please support us. Hop on over to the pod shop. And if anything, if you like pro wrestling shirts and you like when you've seen some of our past guests on the show on the Thursday night slam stuff, jump over to ProWrestlingTees.com. A lot of our past guests has pages on there, and you can get some of their merch just as well.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I have for today's episode. I believe this is episode 20 already of Breakfast and BodySlams. Sorry that we wasn't on last week. We needed a day of rest, a lot going on. But I'm surprised that my man Joe hopped on. I know T's busy doing one thing himself. Joe was busy doing something else, but he managed to chime in and say, "Hey, I'll be in."
I didn't think I was going to be on today, but the doctor, the vet, told us that Buddy needs rest and needs to because he didn't sleep much last night. He wasn't feeling well. He was choking all night, gagging on whatever the hell. I don't know what. He's got the upper respiratory, so he's asleep. So I was like, hey, you know what? He's asleep. I'm not going to sit around and do nothing. I'm not going to watch Chio do a solo show. I will join.
Yeah, I guess kind of awkward. It probably would have been like a half-hour show. That's it. Without.
Yeah. I figured out I was figured by doctor's orders, the dog needs to go to sleep for a while.
There
So
you go. I
while he's in there
appreciate it.
sleeping,
Thank you.
I will hop on here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have to give Buddy. I have to give Buddy much love and thanks for letting you off your leash to come here and run wild on screen with us
You
and
will
playing with your webcam.
meet him eventually.
I definitely want to. I would love
He's a
to
good
bring
kid.
up. I wonder how he would interact with Andre.
What kind of dog is it?
No, Andre the guinea,
What are you talking about?
the guinea pig. Andre, my guinea pig.
I thought you meant
Uh,
your dog.
no, I don't got no dogs. I got rid of my dogs a
I
while ago.
know.
This is like when I moved here. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
He would probably. I don't know. I don't know.
Now, if I still had my buddy, I think our buddies would get along with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very pleasant, very friendly, playful, and stuff like that. Probably run around, sniff each other's asses.
Yeah.
But with that being said, Joe, do you have any final words for our viewers out here for tuning in?
I am good. Everything is as Shio already mentioned, our Facebooks and Twitters and all that stuff, and Twitch. Follow me on all social platforms at Joey TV and send me all your hate mail. JoeyImage@gmail.com.
We're gonna start a new link that says "I hate Joey Image.com."
Yes.
That's like that jewelry guy. I hate
I hate
Steven
Steven
Singer.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? What if we start recording commercials off of other podcasts and playing them? You think those people will start sponsoring us too?
Well, actually, you know
Like,
what?
look, we've already
There
been.
is a feature in the audio platform stuff that I subscribe to. The one that well, I won't say subscribe, but one that we upload our audio stuff to, that we can get some kind of sponsorships, I think, of commercials. I have to look more into that. So we might be able to get a little bit of some kind of percentage or something for advertising them. I have to look more into that. But it's all in due process. We'll make it happen. Yeah, we need those big bucks.
All right.
All right. Thank you for everyone tuning in to and if you're a first-time viewer, we appreciate you guys being here, tuning in for the first time. Please share it out to your friends. Let them know what's going on. We're not your basic podcast guys out there spilling the news, but much love to our affiliates. There's a wide range of podcasts out there. One guy you guys need to listen to, which I started recently listening to, was Wrestling with Freddie by Freddie Prinze Jr. That's some great stories he has.
We got to get him on the show too.
Oh, definitely. I think I sent a tweet or
yeah.
I messaged him. Yeah, I haven't heard anything back. I'm like, does he know who we are? I'm like, does he know who Joey Image is? Joey Image knows people. I mean, come on.
I don't know him though.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a minute. Didn't we have somebody on here a while back who she said, "Hey, I could be your producer. I'll find you guys."
Oh yeah.
And she's done stuff in Hollywood.
Yeah. So
that might
with
be
that
worth an ask.
being said, it's Sunday. It's time to relax. I think I need some more. I already had 2 cups of coffee. I don't know if I need any more than that. But thanks for tuning in once again, everyone, to the BodySlams podcast. Go to the.com, like, share, comment, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm saying this too fast because I'm very highly trained and practiced so many times. Once again, I'm Chio. That's my man, Joey Image, the Italian here. Good night.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's Sunday. It's a day of rest. You can take a nap. Why not? Old men take their naps.
Yes.
Once again, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. God bless. And we're gonna try to get out of here accordingly. So take care, everyone. Peace out.